Hey guys, Marine Corps Gamer here. I'm here with
Kylie from Noodlefish Gaming.
we got a little story time for you. I'm going Kylie with the background on the story.
Okay, so this is gonna be like another creepy ghost story, paranormal type thing. Um, the place that this happened to me in Denison, it's a little middle of nowhere town in Alabama, and the background of this town is really sketchy. Um, a few decades ago, it was supposedly known for a bunch of witchcraft stuff going on, like satanic rituals. Their mascot for the high school in that town, the mascot's even a devil. It's really ironic actually. But there's just tons of stories about this place. There's been a lot of really insane murders. Um, One murder that happened in an apartment building, a guy chopped a woman up, and when the police got there, there was blood on the ceiling. It was so gruesome. He had parts of her in the fridge, he had parts of her on the stove. There's just a ton of stories like that in this town. This town has to just be completely haunted from everything that's gone down there. But it's really creepy, and there's a ton of old cemeteries there. One of them is called Satan's Hill. So it's really scary.
Yeah. Well, to kind of put the scene to the story, before me and Kylie we went to the place. One of my other friends, we decided to go around the town looking for different cemeteries and stuff like that. We visited Satan Hill first, and the road is a little sketchy. Going back, it's like a dirt road that connects to like a main highway. I think it's called Water Tower Road or something like that. Well, we went to this another place that's abandoned church that um, we have a recording that we'll let you listen to, and then there's a cemetery next to it. Well, the day came, me and Kylie were going to go, and I am talking to my friend that I went with. She said she had a bunch of things happening to her, like lights turning on and things moving. Like one thing flew across the room, and just weird stuff happening. But getting on, we go to Saints Hill first, and it wasn't really scary. It was just more sketchy. Like we got there, and it was just quiet, barely any crickets chirping, and then we see in a car, and we're like, shit, we need to hide. And we got down behind this grave, this marker, and I told Kylie, go ahead and hide there. Well, the car went past, and it came back, and I'm like, what the fuck? Well, we had my car parked on top of the hill, and I'm like, we're not maybe but 100 meters from it, so if we could just sneak back, maybe we can get away from these people. Well, being I was still in the Marines, I was like, well, Kylie, we need to do this, and when we started slowly moving, well, Kylie stepped into a hole, and I guess stepped through a grave. Well, when that happened, I just seen the car headlight like stop, like if they had heard something, and I said, fuck it, and we just took off running. And it took us like 20 minutes just to find the road, because I'd forgotten which way to turn. But as we finally got to the road, we pull up, actually going down the road. We get to this curve, and at the curve you can go straight to go across the railroad to another road, or you curve like slight right and keep going down the road. As we're going to the curve, you hear a train like it's coming across the tracks, and there's no fucking train there whatsoever. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Me and Kyla looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like as soon as it was like 10 seconds of the sound of it being there, and the sound was gone instantly.
And I was just freaking out at this point. Like, I'm just like, oh, we're gonna die. This is just the end. Bye-bye, Dennis. We're gone. Might I add that it was pitch black. It was like middle of the night when we were doing this, so it was extra creepy.
All right, so we get to the abandoned church, and we're looking around for a place to enter. Well, we find a place. We get to the door. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to kick it in because it's locked. Well, I kick it in, the bolt gives way instantly. The wood's rotten. But there's something else stopping it. And I finally get the door open, and they have, like, where you would put the offering plate and, like, the glasses and stuff for people to do, like, Sunday, like a Fifth Sunday thing. They had it blocked in. Like, it was the weirdest thing. And even at the main door, they had something stopped up there. Like, they're trying to keep people from coming in. That's really weird. Or, so we get there, we do the recording. Okay, we're here in the abandoned church. A little creepy in here.
Camera.
Is there anyone here with us? Do you have a name? We seen there was a fire here. Did someone die here? Did y'all abandon this place for a reason? Make a noise. Move something. Are you here with us right now? We know you're here. Come on, say something. Move something. Make a noise. Make yourself known. Don't be afraid of us. Did you start the fire? And then, so we get done with the recording. We're taking some pictures. We see nothing on the pictures. Kylie, the dumbass that she is, goes ahead and takes a dress. There was a bunch of clothes there. She took a dress, kind of like I don't know, as an antique, saying like as her memory.
Yeah, they
You
were
still
really
have that
old. Yes, it looks like it's from the 70s to 80s. And the really weird thing is, these pieces of clothing, they were just laid out over one of the pews, like perfectly, like somebody had ironed them and laid them out perfectly over the pew. It was so weird.
Well, we decided to leave. As we're heading back, we decided, well, we're hungry, or at least I was. Let's go to Waffle House because it's middle of the night. Why not? Because who doesn't like to go to Waffle House in the middle of the night? Well, Kylie's just telling me that she's being touched, like someone's touching her leg.
Yeah, as soon as I got in his car, like right after we left the church, when we were pulling out from the church, I just felt something touching my leg, and I was like, oh god, there's a spider. I'm horrified of spiders, so I was freaking out thinking it was a spider. There was nothing in his car. I checked like 5 times, but something kept like lightly like running up my leg.
We get there to Waffle House, and I get out of the car, and mind you, I told you I got gas. Well, I remember closing the gas cap part. Well, I get out, and it's on my side, and it's wide open. Like, there's nothing that could have opened it. I didn't open it when we left. Kylie didn't open it when she left. This is, like, we were both in shock about what had just happened. Now, when we did the recording, we didn't hear nothing. The only thing that we heard was, which I when you've heard the audio, is something behind us. You'll hear it, but it's so light. But I heard it physically in my ear, and the other two I didn't hear at all. And when I heard the recording, I was in just shock. I let Kylie listen to it, and we were both sitting in Waffle House listening to this. We just got our food, and like I think we sat there for at least 2 minutes in shock. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I was physically shaking. And just to add another part about the church, it was really weird. There was a random mattress inside the church, and there had been a fire, and it was so weird because the fire only touched one little part of the church. But then there was also, like, near where it had been burned, there was just like a random mattress, like somebody had been living in this abandoned church. It was really creepy.
Yeah, they had a stove there too, like, and that's where, like, it seemed like the start of the fire was that stove in the back where all the pews were.
Yeah, and I also have to add, there was not like a little kitchen place or anything. It was just like a random stove in the middle, like in the back of the church. It was really out of place.
I think you said that you went through one of the books and someone had drawn a bunch of swastika signs in the Bible and everything.
Yes, I found a stack of Bibles on somewhere in the, I think there was a desk, you know, in the front part of the church, and I was going through to see if I could find anything. I was trying to figure out the last time that anyone had used this church, and as far as I know, the last time the church was used was in the early to mid 90s. But the first Bible, of course, that I pick up, I'm flipping through it just out of curiosity, and somebody had drawn swastikas, they had wrote 666, and they had wrote stuff like about Satan and the devil and stuff. It was just really odd. And they wrote it in red ink too. It was kind of bizarre. It was a very, very intense night. By the time the night was over, we were just like kind of speechless because, you know, we went out there trying to find something like that, but we didn't really expect to get any evidence. And so when we heard the recordings play back, it was just kind of like a moment of silence, like, wow, that really happened. And the place, the church was out in the middle of the woods. Like, I'm talking middle of nowhere. There's hardly any houses nearby, anything like that. Middle of nowhere. So it was definitely a weird experience. There's a tree really far out in the woods out there. You cannot get to it in a vehicle now. You might could on a four-wheeler. I don't know, you might have to walk, but it's probably at least a couple miles deep into the woods. There's this big tree, and there was supposedly, forever ago, a witch, and they hung her from the tree, and then they buried her underneath the same tree. So supposedly the whole area is supposed to be haunted now.
Well, that's it for me, guys. As far as plans for us, I know we want to keep doing a lot of multiplayer stuff, especially Gary's mod, and I know we're doing a Forest video right now on her channel, and I'm doing a lot of single-player Let's Plays.
Also, comment down below if you think me and Dennis should one day go on another crazy ghost adventure, because I think we totally should. So let us know if you want us to do that for future videos.
Oh yeah, definitely. If that's the thing, we will definitely do that for y'all. That's not a problem at all. We just got to find a place.
Oh, I know tons, so we are totally good in that area. So if you guys want to see more, just let us know.
Alright guys, see you in the next one.